Okay, and we are back. So we are here today to cover what we've done in practice early in the week. So on Monday, we focused on throw-ins, corner kicks, some defense and offensive play, and I'm going to cover my observation from practice. Okay, so I'll be using my handy dandy tactical board here, free online. So those of you that you can go to tactical-board.com. This is /UK /big dash football. That's the link, and there's a lot of tools you can use. You can use these guys for the players and whatnot. But anyway, I'm gonna use it to kind of demonstrate where positions and other cool toys like arrows and whatnot. Okay, so we didn't have everyone in practice, which is fine. We had um, council practice, we had people sick and other things going on, so it was pretty difficult to have everyone in practice at any given practice session. But these videos are here to help cover what was missed. That way, everyone's on the same sheet of music and no one's kind of like lost in the sauce when they show up, for the next practice or, like our first game. So we want to know what we should be doing, what position we have, what kind of plays we worked on, and things of that nature, right? So if you're coming to this video from outside of the team, then this is that purpose. The purpose of this video is for that to kind of help those that missed out on practice, and the parents to kind of get an insight. Okay, but this is what my child missed, so this is what they worked on, and if they want to get more, um, I guess, involved with the whole soccer thing. So let's go and start with the defense. So we had a goalie showed up. We had one of our goalies. We have two goalies, so we had one that showed up. We had two missing defenders, so we ended up placing some random people in these spots. We had our right fullback. We had a center uh, midfielder. So they don't normally play that position, and I don't think they play. I don't remember whether this is with their actual position or not, but we had a center mid, and that's it for defense because we didn't have that many people here. And then for the offense, we had our both strikers were here. We have three strikers, and we sub out because we have one play like on one half they'll play one position, they'll play another position second half. Um, we don't have enough people to where we can have different people on to play in both halves, and everyone has a half opportunity to play. So I tried to speed things up. We had our midfielders, and they played here. And the reason why I'm kind of doing this is because we share the practice field with the other team in our time slot. So pretty much we play on this side of the field. This is our field that's reserved for us in our time slot for practice. But this is a good thing. The reason why I like this, the reason why I focus more on this is to kind of put more pressure on the defense, get them accustomed to the fast pace of the game. So look, this is so the more they get used to them being attacked, because it's pretty much like the ball stayed here pretty much the whole practice. Obviously, right? So with the ball being here the whole time, they're pretty much no rest. They're playing defense the whole time. The ball wasn't down here at all, where we're trying to score. So they're pretty much running the whole time, which is a good thing. Um, so I'm not gonna go in too much detail as to what did what, but here's the thing. I'm gonna go over what I observed. Okay, so from what I observed, and I also played too. I kind of helped out over here. The nice little shiny green number, right? So one of the things that I observed during this session was there's a lack of communication on both ends, right? So lack of communication, not enough passing, losing easy balls. Like my easy balls. I mean, balls that you could, be on the offense, right? We're losing them. Not defending certain balls. The field of play taking place in majority one area, which is not really a bad thing, but then it's kind of like a negative side to it, which I'll cover in a bit. And so let me go make sure I got the correct tool here. So we had played pretty much here the entire practice. This is pretty much where the ball was at most of the time in here. Um, we would take the ball from a throw in from here because we wanted to work on throw ins. And I would have them reset. So every time either we had a saved goal or here that we just kind of reset. Okay, reset. Okay, we'll do it again. Throw in from here, or throw in from the right side of the field. And so what happened is when the ball was thrown in from this side of the field, you'll see the ball. They'll push forward, and this is pretty much what happened pretty much all the time. They'll push forward here. Um, they will stay here. It was they were like again, they're not used to playing this position that much, and I had to communicate from here and say, hey, go and get so and so. I think I kind of played back here a lot too to kind of help. So say, hey, mark 3, go and mark so and so, and then go and mark. So it's up to this person, the center fullback, and the goalie are the ones that should be the one communicating the most on the field to the defenders. Hey, mark 3, mark 1, mark 2, or what have you. Um, Normally we'll have another defender here. They'll be the left midfielder because they're playing offense and defense, right? So, and this is the right midfielder for the other team. So this is what would normally take place. He'll come through, and then 5 would come and defend. They'll try to get the ball, win the ball back, or whatever, and not let 3 progress. They, in turn, would either, uh, backtrack and try to pass the ball off or try to, get around 5. But in the event that 5 is beat, if 5 gets beat, then 2 must come and try to defend and apply that pressure and force him out. Force him like that way, right? But what I saw happen, okay, this guy, the person right there. So they would get beat. They'll come up, So when they did go and apply pressure, they would overextend themselves. So that's something that we have to work on with certain people. Overextending yourselves to where you're not giving them enough space or too much space, and depending on if they're faster than you, you get the space to settle out properly up to where you're still kind of within arm's distance, right? So they would overexert themselves, or not overexert. I'm sorry, overextend themselves, and they get beat. But I saw that the center fullback, which again is noted that they weren't familiar with this position. They don't really normally play this position, and so what happens if your left fullback gets beat, you're supposed to normally you come and help them out in case they get beat. So you come in and cut them off, and they would come back if they got their ankles broken, for example. I think I mentioned that before in the last video. Uh, so they come and they rejoin the fight, right? So that's what happened, but that didn't happen. They kind of stayed here, and then they got beat, and they came in, and they would all push. They would all push forward. They would all come and attack, and then you can guess what happened next. So what would happen is they would take a shot, or they would pass the ball off, and then they would take a shot. So a little triangle, pretty much 74% of the time. Um, and so, and we worked on that. So okay, look, um, if this person gets beat, you need to come and help them out. This person will come um, up here. We have a midfielder, right? So it's supposed to be like they had midfielder. They would fall back and so on and so forth. So self-explanatory to some, right? But some people are still kind of learning, and everyone uses different formations. I think this is based off of 3-3-2. Some defense will have 4 defenders, or what, or just 2. It really depends. But they gotta be said. If there was communication going on, then a lot of activity here could have been prevented, and could have swayed over this way. So I didn't see a lot of passing where this was going on. So I heard communication. Hey, pass the ball, but a lot of passing wasn't going on. So um, it's one of those things that making the right decision it's a practice. You have to practice, and so it's a skill. It's a learned skill about making these key decisions. Okay, well, should I go ahead and take a shot here? Do I have a good shot? Whatever. If you feel confident in your abilities to take a shot from here, then by all means take that shot. Um, but you also have to understand sometimes the the best opportunity would be to pass the ball, and because they're in a better position to score than you are. Even though you have an awesome kick, you're like the next Neymar, you know, but that's not always going to be the case. Okay, so pass the ball around. They might see something that you don't. Like they might say like this person's tying a shoelace or something, so they're wide open. They're wide open, right? So hey, like pass the ball, pass the ball, or whatever. But you're too focused on scoring or whatever, which is okay. So this is one thing that um, I wanted to talk about too, because soccer is about situation awareness, discipline. It covers the whole um, decision making thing. So having the discipline to not always take that shot, but always but to pass the ball. It's about communication, and then of course all like our favorite subject in school, right? Math and physics, right? So our favorite subjects in school is also part of soccer. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what we worked on. Putting the pressure on the defense, and the defense, getting the ball out, clearing the ball, and communicating. And then every now and then there was a corner kick, and then we talked about where you should be at for the corner kick. So it's a learning experience for those that aren't used to playing these positions. So I say, hey, you're playing here. You belong here. You see this goalpost? You're here, and then you're here, and then you're here. You know, and talking to the goalie, say, hey, this is what you're supposed to be. You need to communicate more. So if they're in your way, you need to shout. You need to be, you gotta be more vocal. You can't just like not do anything, because if you're not communicating out there, you're failing yourself, you're failing the team. Get out the way. Let me go, because like the ball, if his ball is rolling down here, and he's just standing there, and you could have got to it before this person did, but you didn't say anything. Um, and they get the ball and they pass it here and they score. It's that's just a sucky situation, right? So you got to work on communicating a bit more. Don't be shy. Yeah, it's soccer. You can't be shy in the soccer. Shy in soccer. um, so this is not one of those games where you could be timid. You have to be vocal, and on top of that, you have to be physical. It's a physical sport. They could be people shoving you around. They're shoving you. You're inside the penalty box. It's a corner kick. People trying to get in the box. You're trying to keep them out. Using your body. So it's a very physical sport. It's a very aggressive sport for certain situations. So, um, but yeah. So okay. So I'm gonna keep this here. I'm gonna keep this here, and I'm gonna go over the next best thing. So what I was talking about. So this is FIFA 2018. I created, or I recreated. I guess I created characters. I created the team in FIFA 18 to help you understand um, certain certain playmaking schemes. I guess you can call it certain playmaking schemes in the game. How the physics works, because if you didn't know, if you're kind of new to FIFA or video games, I don't know where you've been. It's like if you're new to games, um, there's a lot of things that's cool about FIFA. So with FIFA, a lot of the engineers uses math, physics. They use all these other things to where it's just like the real thing. So people love playing the Madden football and the NBA because it's very realistic, and they use real life physics in here, and it kind of makes sense for the most part. Like the graphics for the later games, it's very lifelike. But bear with me, I'm kind of veering off subject. So anyway, let's go here. I kind of created all the players, um, not to scale. I mean, not to scale, because I tried doing that, and we just kept getting ran over by the taller people. So a lot of players are like under 5 feet, and then so we had the other opponent was always they were just always winning goals or whatever, because they're like 6 feet tall. Like taller than everyone. So I had to adjust it. So replay. So let me show you what happened here. So okay, so this is the field. Um, FIFA is used 11v11, right? So we play with 9, they play with 11 on the field. And I'll try to speed this up so the video is not that long. But what happened is you get the pass here, and so he's looking down the field. So he has kind of like he's looking towards the box. And he passes it. And here comes Donovan. So he's making the decision. There's no person between him and the goalie. Well, that guy's in the way, but there's no person between him and the goalie. So he's going to take a shot right within the penalty box. So he takes a shot. Oh, it's blocked by the goalie. It's blocked by the goalie. But look, it bounces off his gloves. Ball is still what? The ball's still in play. And we have someone still on the inside. So we have someone who's running, ball still in play. and then he's able to knock it in for the goal. So when I tell you that you have to follow through in these kicks, so you know everyone's running, everyone's doing something. You're not just standing around, right? You're not standing around. You see how everyone's moving? Everyone's moving. Everyone's doing something. Everyone's running. Except for that, I don't know what that defender way out there is doing, but you know he's lost in the sauce or something. But you know he's being patient, so um, he was either expecting a pass. I think you know, so you know he could have went for pass. I think if he had passed the ball to who's this 36? Yeah, passed it to 36. Then there would have been an easier score than having the goalie, you know, flop that save. He should have caught that, you know, but he muffed it, and that's his fault. And then, you know, we made that score. Okay, carry on. Let's go with this one. I think I'll save this for last. So this will be like the last one, if I unless I can find some better ones. So what happened here? Other than we scored, obviously. So in case you missed it, okay. So the defenders are up. They're kind of upright, and it looks like who is this? Who is this person? Antonio. So go figure, right? Go figure. So Antonio has the breakaway. Yeah, he has the breakaway here. So I want you to pay attention in the backfield. What is everyone doing? Everyone is running. You see that? Everyone is running with the ball carrier. So this is what should be taking place. Everyone should be attacking, you know, should be running. If we have the ball and we're running toward the goal, you're running too. Why? Well, here's why. Because we need to create an opportunity to get a score here. So especially when we have the breakaway, especially we have them beat, and this is where math comes in. This is math comes in. So okay, so if this is 1v1, 1v1, the chances of me beating you is a 50-50 chance. It's just like a coin, right? A coin flip. 50% chance that lands on heads, 50% chance that lands on tails. So this is the same situation here. So 1v1. So whether we score or he'll save the goal, it's 50% chance. But look, there's two. Now there's three. So that percentage goes up. The odds goes up. So my little thing, math, right? So what should you do in this situation? So one of those things about making key decisions and being aware of the field situation awareness is being aware that you have your other teammates are running with you. And then it's like, okay, so as you get closer towards the goal, you're inside the penalty box. Now you have to make that decision. Okay, it's 1v1. Okay, so should I go for a score? But I have other, I can go for a pass or what have you. So what are the chances of you making that goal? You got to apply some basic math here. But now you have a teammate. So would it be better for you to pass it where you can kind of have the goalie give the goalie a harder time? Because now the goalie, if you're the goalie, you're posed with this decision here. Okay, I have to protect the ball. He's coming closer to the goal. So should I just stand back and kind of let him get closer, or should I go ahead and rush? So he's running. Right there, he starts to run. So he's back, right? He's the runner is pushing right. So the goalie is following him. See that the goalie? He's going to his left. He's being in front. He's cutting off that direct line of sight. But now he feels like getting too close. He starts to rush. But then look, this is one of those things that's kind of it's really tough for goalies. So once you're out that box, you're in no man's land. So you go for it and then you pass it right. Then this moment here, and he goes for the easy goal. This is what this is what I need to see more of. This is what you should be trying to create opportunities like this. When it comes to you need to communicate with your teammates. You need to see what's going on, right? And this is very tough to defend, like especially like that's slow motion, but like in real time, you know, you're gonna have to make a quick decision. And if you think that's kind of tough for you, as a, you gotta think how tougher it is for the goalie to make that quick decision. It's just like on the penalty kicks, right? Is it going left? Is it going right? Is it going out in the middle? Is one of those things, So this is even more challenging for the goalie. So this is at a huge advantage for us. So if you can get your teammates, if you can get this opportunity, you need to take it. You need to expose, take advantage of this of the odds, right? So the 3-on-1 is a lot better than 1v1. So you either risk having score or no score, or pretty much having a guarantee score with this setup. But it's all you have to be aware of what's going on, and everyone has to do their part. You have to do your part to create these types of scoring scenarios, right? So let me see if I can kind of give you an example here, right? Because this guy wasn't here; it was just him, right? So this guy wasn't here, so this is the ball carrier. He was here. He was something like this. This guy is over here chasing down. He was here. He was here. And you got this person coming. Everyone was going this way, right? So where's my arrow at? So he was running towards this direction. They were going towards this direction. And they were going towards this direction. And then everyone's playing catch up. And this guy was like over here doing whatever. And so he came up, and as he came closer, he had a decision to make. So I could like, the closer he gets, the harder it'll be to, to block that kick, to save the goal. So he had to come out, because if you get too close, you can kind of rush and you can get the ball. But that's what he was about to do. And at the last second, he passed it off to 3, who was doing this, passed it off to 3, and he just knocked it in. Right? That's what happened. And when I says like, when I mentioned like it's physics, right? So he goes for the pass, right? And all he has to do, he's not taking a swing for the fences. It's just a nice tap. You see that? So it's a nice clean pass. A clean pass. And all he has to do is a simple, nice little touch to direct it towards the goal. Points. I want to see if I can Repeat. It's a nice soft touch. And you see, he didn't take a big old swing. He just nice little tap. Okay, I don't think there's anything else. I think this is a header. So we can do header in this age group. Headers allowed, but that's one of those things where um, you'd only get a header off if you see manage to get like a cross or for some reason maybe a corner kick, for example, will come to play. But that could be too often where you see headers um, go in in this age group because they're it's like the first I guess group that they're allowed. They're not allowed in 10U and those other age groups. So the experience is not everyone has had the experience unless they've been playing outside at different leagues and whatever where it's allowed. So that's why I said, or that's why I say that I don't expect to see a lot of headers going because in this at 12U, this is like first time that it's they'll be they'll be allowed to do headers, and so the experience is not there with a lot of the majority of these players. But that's pretty much it. That's what we covered. We covered the throw-ins, corner kicks, um, defense, offensive plays. I talked about how my observation was the lack of communication, not enough passing, or how we should do passing by playing the replay right from FIFA 18. Um, Not defending, you know, and losing balls and where the majority of the field to play has, spread the love, spread the ball around, have shoot from the left side, and that's something we can cover later on too. Because if they notice that the ball is only going to one side, or they're gonna think that the other side is kind of like weak, and they're gonna try to change up their strategy and either expose the other side, strengthening the side that you're going to the most. Put like some of the stronger players there. So that's one thing you have to think about. It's like on the decision makings, right? The discipline, spread the ball, pass the ball around. You don't want to become predictable and things like that. So we have practice tomorrow, unless for some reason they cancel it. It has been sprinkling off and on. So whether the field is won't be too muddy to play, we'll have practice. If not, we'll still have some form of practice as well as covering um, through video of some sort. And then we get our jerseys. And I hear an alarm going off for some reason. I don't know why it's. Oh, because it's 5 in the morning. I gotta get some sleep. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And hopefully, this has been helpful. And stay tuned for more of these.